99% of rivers in England and Wales are impacted by contaminated water discharging from orphan metal mines. These impacts represent one of the greatest obstacles in achieving Water Framework Directive objectives, along with gaining back the loss of amenity in areas of ecological value. Unlike coal, metal mines are excluded from the Coal Authority's duty to remediate similar water pollution emanating from coal mines, a position established under their Memorandum of Understanding with the Environment Agency in 1999. Therefore, I am proposing that orphan metal mines come under the same supervised expertise of the Coal Authority. At present, there is no legal responsibility for any party to maintain a disused orphan metal mine. This state of affairs is largely down to historic timing, where iron ore largely stopped mining production in the 60s, like other metal mines, yet coal mining in the main persisted into the early 90s. Work in Wales, the South West and Northumbria has identified over 3,700 sites, though not all are causing serious pollution. No metal mines are still in use, and the largest tin mine in Cornwall closed in 1998. Deep mines, of course, still working, especially in my constituency at Bulby, where the tradition of mining is kept alive at Cleveland Potash Mine. I came into contact with this issue of abandoned metal mines via the Saltburn Gill Action Group. Saltburn Gill is a narrow wooded stream valley leading directly off Saltburn's famous surfing beach, near to the historic pier, hydraulic cliff lift and other tourist attractions of this popular Victorian resort town. Much of the Gill is a nature reserve and has designation as a site of special scientific interest as a relic of the post-glacial native woodland. It is a popular walking area and local wildlife attractions include kingfishers and visiting otters. It is situated nearby the 82 shafts accessing the historic networks of iron ore. Mining began in the 1850s around Teesside, following the discovery by John Vaughan and John Marley of the main seam outcrop in Cleveland, and thereby beginning the 150-year history of iron and steel making on Teesside. The iron ore from those hills forged on the River Tees was integral to the Victorian obsession with cast iron, the construction of the Tyne Bridge and the building of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Unfortunately, both Saltburn Gill and Skelton Beck began to see significant impacts from ochreous mine water appearing overnight on the 18th of May 1999. This quickly turned this otherwise high-quality watercourse bright orange, devastating the downstream ecology. Saltburn Gill and Skelton Beck are perfect examples of how a local river or stream can be severely impacted by mine water discharging from disused orphaned ironstone mines. As a result, Saltburn Gill and Skelton Beck are classified as moderate and poor respectively under the Water Framework Directive. Over 330 kilograms of iron ochre is deposited on the stream bed every day, contributing to 100 tonnes of iron hydroxide ochre each year delivered straight into the North Sea. The pollution reduces oxygen in the stream, stops sunlight and smothers the bed with a devastating effect on the ecology. A biological impact survey of the stream showed that the pollution had reduced the quality of the beck from grade B good to grade F bad in the 1.5 kilometre stretch from the discharge to the sea. Nationally, abandoned mines are the second biggest diffuse water pollutant after agriculture. In fact, in 1992, one of the UK's biggest pollution incidents took place when 45 million litres of heavily contaminated water burst from the recently closed tin mine at Wheeljane in Cornwall. The mine water, loaded with cadmium, arsenic, zinc and iron, flooded into the Carnan River, causing a vast plume of polluting orange water in Falmouth Bay. In the end, a chemical treatment plant was decided upon to deal with the scale of the problem, allowing treated water to flow to the river, blocking pollution. However, this was all achieved by direct government action at the time, after a major incident, not via legislation giving powers to an agency to take preventative measures to avoid such incidents occurring in the first place. For Saltburn Gill Action Group, assistance was given by the Environment Agency, Teesside University, the local Wildlife Trust, Saltburn Mask and Newmask Parish Council and others to try and find a solution to their problem. In 2009, in partnership with the Coal Authority, with funding from DEFRA, the Environment Agency undertook a number of investigations to establish the feasibility of building a treatment plant for the mine water at Saltburn. 3 boreholes were drilled into the workings and ran a pumping test for 3 months to help the Environment Agency and Coal Authority design a treatment plant. One of the first things discovered was that the mine water level was 10 metres higher than the discharge point. This has raised concerns that there is a risk of a significant outbreak. The pumping test also demonstrated to the Environment Agency and Coal Authority that the recharge area for the mine was much larger than expected. Laboratory and field scale tests have shown that up to 99% of the iron could be removed in the treatment plant. Furthermore, there are also industrial economic benefits to be gained from existing coal mine water treatment plants, which could be expanded upon if metal mines are adopted by the Coal Authority. 50,000 tonnes of ochre every year are collected from existing coal mine water treatment plants. The vast majority of this ochre is transported for landfill, despite the fact that it could be used for phosphate removal in sewage treatment works. provide a pigment in the dye and paint industry, be used as a bulking agent and dye in the cement industry, and be used as feedstock to the iron and steel industry. However, at present, the UK imports 250,000 tonnes from Australia, whilst landfilling the vast majority of 50,000 tonnes of ochre it currently collects via the coal industry. Indeed, some mine waters contain significant quantities of valuable metals, and the potential for extracting them and other chemicals, both from the mine water and from the ochre, is an area requiring further research. There are also heritage issues to be considered in the maintenance of abandoned metal mines. A great many mines are protected as scheduled ancient monuments, and some, like the tin and copper mining areas of Cornwall and West Devon, have UNESCO World Heritage Site status. Whilst protection of the heritage of certain sites means some treatment methods are not suitable, it can be a driver for remediation. A good example of this is at Paris Mountain, Anglesey, where remediation activities are led as much by the local Industrial Heritage Trust as by the Environment Agency. Another good example is at the National Coal Mining Museum for England at Caphouse Colliery near Wakefield. Rising mine water posed a threat to the underground workings open to visitors as well as to the River Dearne. Working with the Coal Authority, the mine water was controlled by pumping and treated at the surface. The treatment plant is now part of the visitor attraction with hides for birds watching built into the wetlands. Of course, the impact of climate change could make the problem of abandoned mine pollution worse. Increased and heavier rainfall intensity will increase the erosion of contaminated spoil heap material and sediments and deposition on agricultural land in downstream floodplains. Legally, the Water Resources Act of 1991 is the most important piece of pollution legislation in England and Wales. It outlines the principal offence that a person contravenes the Act if he or she causes or knowingly permits any poisonous, noxious or polluting matter or any solid waste matter to enter any controlled waters. Until the 31st of December 1999, Section 89(3) of the same Act contained a defence that a person shall not be guilty under Section 85 by reason only of his permitting water from an abandoned mine to enter into controlled waters. Because of this, there has only ever been one successful prosecution. Even Wheel Jane tin mine and other high-profile case prosecutions were not taken following legal advice that causing could not be proven because of its long and complicated history. This defence was removed in 1999, but could not be applied retrospectively. This offers difficulties, as the Mining Waste Directive from European legislation will mean a new regulatory regime to control waste facilities of working mines and quarries, but crucially it has implications for abandoned mines. By 2012, Member States have to ensure that an inventory of closed waste facilities, including abandoned waste facilities, which cause serious negative environmental impacts or have the potential of becoming in the medium or short term a serious threat to human health or the environment, is drawn up and periodically updated. Therefore, for all these reasons, litigious, historical, ecological and economical, I move that the Coal Authority be given the legal go-ahead to take up such abandoned metal mines so that rivers and streams like Saltburn Gill and Saltburn Beck and Skelton Beck are returned to their former glory.
The question is that the honourable member have leave to bring in the bill. As many of that opinion say aye. Aye. Of the contrary, no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Who will prepare to bring in the bill?
Mr Ian Swales, Mr Ian Wright, Alex Cunningham, Ian Lavery, Mrs Jenny Chapman and myself, sir. Yeah.
Former Metal Mines Bill.
Second reading what day?
4th of November.
4th of November, second reading. We now come to the main business. Can I now call Nick Herbert to move?
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I beg to move that the Police Grant Report England and Wales for 2011